In the quiet suburbs of Boston, where tall oak trees whispered secrets to the wind, stood a grand house on Elmwood Lane. It was the home of Alexander Thorne, a man who had built his fortune from nothing. Alex, as his friends called him, was a millionaire now, with a tech company that buzzed like a hive in the city. But inside those stone walls, life was not as polished as his office. Alex had 3 little Oneza triplets, all 5 years old. Their names were Tommy, Lily, and Max. They had bright eyes and endless energy, like sparks from a fire that never died out. Alex's wife had passed away 2 years ago, in a sudden accident that left him hollow. He loved his children deeply, but raising them alone was a storm he couldn't tame. The triplets were a whirlwind. Tommy loved to climb anything in sight, from bookshelves to countertops. Lily had a voice that could shatter glass when she didn't get her way. And Max? Well, Max was the quiet plotter, always hiding toys or drawing on walls with crayons he swore weren't his. The house echoed with their laughter and chaos. Alex tried his best. He woke early, made breakfast, and rushed to work, but by evening, he was drained. He needed help. That's where the nannies came in, or rather, where they fled. One by one, they arrived with smiles and resumes. The first was Ms. Harper, a stern woman with years of experience. She lasted until lunch. Tommy had scaled the pantry shelves, knocking down jars of pasta that shattered like fireworks. Lily screamed for her favorite doll, which Max had hidden in the laundry basket. Ms. Harper left in tears, muttering about little monsters. Next came young Emily, fresh from college. She brought games and songs, hoping to win them over. But by afternoon, the triplets had turned the living room into a fort of cushions and blankets. When Emily tried to tidy up, they ambushed her with water balloons from the balcony. She quit before dinner, soaking wet and defeated. Then there was Mr. Gonzalez, a kind man who thought boys needed structure. He set rules and schedules, but the triplets rebelled. Max drew mustaches on all the family photos. Lily refused to nap, singing at the top of her lungs. Tommy escaped to the backyard and got stuck in a tree. Mr. Gonzalez handed in his notice that night, shaking his head. Word spread. No nanny survived a day with the Thorne triplets. Alex placed ad after ad, offering high pay and benefits. Still, the door stayed quiet. He felt the weight of it all, the loneliness, the exhaustion. His work suffered. Meetings blurred into worries about home. He wondered if he'd ever find balance again. One rainy morning in early fall, as leaves turned gold and red, a soft knock echoed through the house. Alex was in the kitchen, wiping oatmeal from the floor. The triplets were upstairs, their giggles floating down like distant thunder. He opened the door, expecting another delivery. There stood Sarah Jenkins, a single mom from the neighborhood. She was in her early 30s, with warm brown eyes and hair tied back in a simple ponytail. Rain dotted her coat, and she held an umbrella in one hand, a resume in the other. Beside her was her daughter, Emma, a shy 4-year-old with pigtails and a backpack shaped like a ladybug. "Hello," Sarah said, her voice steady and kind. "I'm here about the nanny position. I saw your ad online." Alex blinked, surprised. "Most applicants called first." "Come in, please. It's pouring out there." They stepped inside, shaking off the rain. Emma clung to Sarah's leg, peeking at the grand foyer with its high ceilings and crystal chandelier. Alex led them to the living room, where toys scattered the floor like fallen leaves. "I'm Alex Thorne," he said, offering a hand. "These are my triplets, Tommy, Lily, and Max." "They're energetic." Sarah smiled faintly. "I know kids. I've got Emma here. Her dad left when she was a baby. It's just us, but we make it work." Alex nodded, feeling a spark of hope. Sarah wasn't like the others. She didn't carry a fancy bag or quote childcare theories. She looked real, like someone who'd faced hard days and kept going. Upstairs, the triplets heard voices and tumbled down, curious as cats. Tommy arrived first, sliding on the banister. "Who's that?" he demanded, pointing at Emma. Lily followed, her curls bouncing. "Is she here to play?" Max hung back, watching with serious eyes. Sarah knelt to their level. "Hi, I'm Sarah. This is Emma. We're here to help your dad." The day began slowly. Alex showed Sarah around at the kitchen with its gleaming appliances, the playroom overflowing with blocks and dolls, the backyard with a swing set under the trees. He explained the routine: breakfast, playtime, naps, snacks. But he warned her about the chaos. "I'll be in my home office," he said. "Call if you need me." Sarah nodded. "We'll be fine." As Alex retreated to his desk, he listened. At first, it was quiet, too quiet. He braced for the usual screams, but instead, he heard laughter, soft at first, then building. Sarah had gathered the kids in the playroom. She didn't bark orders. She sat on the floor, cross-legged, and pulled out a storybook from her bag. "Once upon a time," she read, her voice like a gentle stream, "there was a family of bears who lived in a cozy den." Tommy fidgeted, but Sarah paused, looking at him. "What do you think the baby bear wants for breakfast?" "Pancakes," Tommy shouted. Lily chimed in. "With syrup," Max whispered. "Berries," Emma added shyly, "and honey." They built the story together, adding details. The triplets leaned in, drawn by the calm. No one climbed or hid. Sarah's words flowed slow and clear, with pauses that let imaginations breathe. Lunch came next. The kitchen was a battlefield for others, but Sarah made it a game. "Let's build sandwiches like towers," she said. "Tommy, you're the architect. Lily, the decorator. Max, the tester." They stacked bread, cheese, and turkey, giggling when towers toppled. Emma helped, passing slices. Spills happened and a glass of milk tipped over, but Sarah wiped it up without fuss. "Accidents are part of learning," she said softly. Alex peeked in, amazed. The room felt warm, not wild. Afternoon brought rain again, pattering on windows like fingers tapping glass. Nap time loomed, the hour that broke most nannies. The triplets hated it. They whined, ran, resisted. Sarah dimmed the lights in the nursery. "Time for a quiet adventure," she whispered. She lay blankets on the floor, like a picnic. "Close your eyes and dream of sailing ships." She hummed a lullaby, low and soothing. Emma curled beside Lily, sharing a pillow. One by one, the triplets drifted off. Tommy with his thumb in his mouth, Lily clutching a stuffed rabbit, Max breathing steady. Alex watched from the doorway, his heart swelling. How did she do it? As evening fell, the rain eased. Alex emerged from his office, papers in hand. The house smelled of fresh baked cookies. Sarah had found time to bake. "Dinner soon," she said, setting the table. "Pasta and veggies." Simple. The kids woke refreshed, not cranky. They played quietly, building a block city. Emma fit right in, her shyness melting. Over dinner, Alex joined them. Conversation flowed easy. Sarah talked about her life working odd jobs, raising Emma alone after her husband walked out. "It's tough," she admitted, "but kids teach you strength." Alex shared his story, the loss of his wife, the endless nannies. "No one lasted," he said, "until today." Sarah smiled. "Kids sense when you're real with them. I don't pretend, I just listen." After baths and bedtime stories, the house grew still. Emma yawned, ready for home. Sarah gathered their things. "Will you come back?" Alex asked, hope in his voice. She paused at the door. "If you'll have us." That night, Alex lay awake, the quiet house feeling full for the first time. Days turned to weeks. Sarah returned each morning, Emma in tow. The triplets waited by the window, excited. Tommy stopped climbing so much Sarah taught him safe adventures, like treasure hunts in the yard. Lily's screams faded. She learned to use words, guided by Sarah's patient ear. Max opened up, sharing drawings that Sarah praised. Emma became like a little sister. The four kids played together, their laughter a symphony. Alex worked better, his mind clear. He started joining them for lunch, stealing moments. One crisp afternoon, as leaves swirled in the wind, a gentle twist unfolded. Alex found Sarah in the backyard, pushing the swings. The triplets and Emma soared high, squealing. "You're amazing with them," he said, standing beside her. She blushed. "They're good kids. They just needed someone who understands chaos." He looked at her, really looked. "What about you? Do you need help?" Sarah hesitated. "Emma and I manage, but it's lonely sometimes." Alex felt a pull, like a thread connecting them. "Stay for dinner tonight." "Not as the nanny, as a friend," she agreed. That evening, they cooked together, chopping vegetables, stirring sauce. The kids set the table, chattering. It felt like family. As stars dotted the sky, Alex walked Sarah and Emma to the door. "Thank you," he said. "For everything." She turned, eyes soft. "Thank you for trusting me." Weeks blended into months. Sarah's role grew beyond nanny. She and Alex shared coffee in the mornings, talking dreams and fears. The triplets called her Aunt Sarah, and Emma bloomed in the big house. One winter evening, snow blanketing the ground, Alex gathered courage. The kids were asleep, fire crackling in the hearth. "Sarah," he said, taking her hand, "you've brought light back here, not just for them, but for me." Tears glistened in her eyes. "You've given us a home, Alex. More than walls, a real one." They kissed softly. The world outside hushed. Spring came, flowers blooming. No nanny had survived a day before, but Sarah stayed. She wasn't just a single mom knocking on a door, she was the missing piece. The Thorne house echoed with joy now. Tommy, Lily, Max, and Emma played as siblings. Alex and Sarah planned a future real wedding bells, blended family. In the end, it wasn't money or ads that fixed things. It was heart, simple and true. And in that grand house on Elmwood Lane, love grew slow and steady, like roots in fertile soil.